Hi friends, welcome to my garden. This is Miss Shelly here, and I'd love to have you join me for a walk. We'll see some flowers and some fruit trees and some pond plants, and we'll even see some weeds. But we'll look for the beauty in everything, and we'll draw what we find. So here you see a cheeseweed. Isn't that a funny name? But look at the beautiful little flowers if you look up close. It's related to mallow, you know, what they make marshmallows out of, or they used to. Anyway, look at the beautiful shape of this leaf. It's kind of a rounded shape, but it's got these lobes. You see around the edge, kind of a scalloped edge. And then it has the little serrated edges. It looks like the edge of a knife. So that's how I decided to sketch it in my book. And up at the top, you'll see the little fruit where the seeds are looks like a wheel of cheese, and that's how it's got its nickname. I also drew a sunflower in my book, and that's because I have a sunflower growing right here. This parsley plant is giving us a fireworks show of flowers, and this plant that was taller than me toppled over, so that made me kind of sad until I realized it was because these artichokes on top were so heavy. Guess what we're having for dinner? Yum, yum. Isn't that a beautiful formation too? Maybe you can draw an artichoke for me. Oh, hello! Look at that little guy. Over here, under the wisteria vine, is an old watering can with roses that I picked from the front yard. You know, this watering can is so old that it doesn't even hold water anymore. So I have to put a jar of water inside to display the roses. But I just think it's so beautiful. Don't you? Let's go meet over at the table and start some drawing. This leaf chart might help if you want to draw tree leaves. But since we didn't really pick many tree leaves today, I'm going to set that aside. And we'll just look right at our specimens that we picked to start sketching. Like this, it's not even on the chart because it's a pond plant and it's a circular shape, as you can tell. So I'm just going to go ahead and kind of sketch out a circular shape first, and then I'll refine it with the little scalloped edges like this. This one's called pennywort, and it kind of reminds you of a lily pad, doesn't it? But take note of the little circle in the dot in the center, and then the ribs or veins of the leaves come out from the center, almost like the rays of a sunshine. So it's important to pay attention to the direction of the lines when you're drawing from nature. It'll help you get a more realistic effect. So here I'm writing down pennywort, and I think it's fun to label your drawings. You can add all kinds of information. Let's see. How about this one? Oh, here, this is our cheeseweed. So it's similar in that it's kind of a roundish shape, but it's got larger scallops around the edge, and then it's got that serrated edge that we talked about before. You can try just loosely tracing around it to give you the shape you're after, and then you can come back in and do your little details. That's another way. And now look here, see the little jagged edge? That's what I'm doing now. And notice where the light and dark hits on your leaves. That'll help you draw those shapes. you can draw the sections that are lighter and darker and just pay attention to that. Now I wrote down cheeseweed. I think it's called little mallow. Those are both nicknames. Now right along here, there's little tiny flowers that peek out from the connection where the stem comes off of the bigger stem. And so you can put in those little tiny formations. You could label that this is the flower or the stem, the leaf. And let's see, now this is a fruit from a different plant. I believe it's a Peruvian ground cherry or something like that. It grows on a stem, and this stem is all dried out now. And you know it's ripe when the outer husk, the little papery, kind of a paper lantern, that thing, you peel it open and there's a berry inside. So I'll draw that in just a minute. But for now I'm getting my structure of my branch. And here's they remind me of paper lanterns, which I love. So here we go, putting in the, okay, and here, open it up, and there's our berry. This one's green, so somehow that didn't turn out right. It should be orange when it's ready to eat. But I'm going to draw that in there anyway. And notice that inside there would be shadows. And then maybe I'll put a little reflection down on the part of the berry that's showing. It's hard to see. So as you're sketching, I want you to do me a big favor. Will you please just remember that it's really important to try your best and really try hard, but don't expect perfection. At this point, I'll be so happy if you just enjoy the process and know that the beauty is in training your mind to see the beauty that's all around you in unexpected places. So until we meet again, bye-bye.